Hello, everybody. Hello, and a very happy new year to all of you. I wish everybody a healthy new year. The question of today is the cancer a real danger or a created danger? Now, why I'm starting at the outset with the cancer? Because cancer is the most dreaded disease in today's era. But all the risk, all the fear, all the dangers associated with cancer, are they real? Are they genuine? Are they the truth? Or it is a false facade created in your mental perception that cancers can kill. I do agree, cancers can kill. But the question is, will all the cancer kill? Or are all the cancers equally dangerous? And the answer is the big no. All the cancers are not of equal risk. Every cancer is different, and all the cancers will never kill. There are cancers which may stay for many, many, many years without actually killing the person. There are cancers which will give you many, many years before being a life threatening. But the problem is that as soon as the cancer is diagnosed, the only thing which comes in front of everybody is death, fear of death, the end of life, the end of everything. And this fear is creating more problems than anything else. I will prove this with some cases and then I will move on to the treatment of the cancer. What can be the possibly the best treatment of cancer? I had one patient a few years back. He was coming to me for some general reasons. After a few days, he came to me and he was almost looking like a lot of stress and drained out. I said, "What happened?" So he sat sadly with a completely depressed look on the face and said, "Sir, everything is finished." I said, "What happened?" Because I know him. He was a normal, chirpy guy, a happy go lucky guy, and he used to come to me regularly for his usual problems, and also he used to bring his family to me regularly. So he said, "Actually, mm, I have major medical problem." So I said, "What?" Because he came to me even 1 week back and he was quite fine. He showed me the reports and I was shocked. The report showed that he have blood cancer. The report clearly showed that he have leukemia, the acute leukemia. I said, okay, I can't say anything because it's acute. Acute can start within 2 days, 4 days, 5 days, anything. I said, very sad news. So what are you going to do? He said, I had been to oncologist, and they saw these reports and said that this is not good sign. It is a very acute onset is usually not good, and you need to go for chemotherapy. And I'm starting chemotherapy tomorrow. I just wanted to meet you because you have been seeing me so long, and I have complete faith in you. I said, see, whatever happens, don't worry. We have medicines for that too. But as now you have gone through all the process and tomorrow is the chemotherapy, go ahead with it. Don't worry. But just remember, if there is any complications, any setback, or you seem to be losing hope, just get in touch with me. I know we have medicines and we can sort it out. He said, yes, sir. Actually, I just came for this hope only because I saw that in the hospital there are so many people having chemotherapy and so many people die. So I'm not sure what is going to happen, but I just wanted a hope, a ray of hope from you. I said, don't worry, just go ahead and you will be fine. So he went for chemotherapy. And then obviously there was no contact. I thought everything was right. And there was no contact for approximately 1.5 months. he came. After 1.5 months, he came again. Now this time with a big, cheerful smile. But his eyes were telling some different story. So he had a nice smile on the face, but sunken eyes and the sunken cheeks, and he was emaciated. He lost a lot of weight. So the smile was saying different thing. The face expression was saying a different thing. I said, "What happened?" He said, "There's a great news." I said, "What?" He said, "The report I have shown you was actually how I don't know how to tell this. I should smile, or it is a tragedy happened with that particular person." He was smiling, but I was boiling with anger. I was actually boiling with anger because such a thing should not happen to anybody. The reports were exchanged, and he didn't have cancer. His report was exchanged with some other patient who actually had cancer. So why I'm telling this story? I'm telling this story to emphasize that if if your health needs to deteriorate, you don't need cancer. Only the thought and fear or a false report of cancer is enough. This story tells that cancer was not needed there. Patient was deteriorating, patient was losing weight. There were sunken eyes, sunken cheeks, lost weight, lost appetite. Patient was almost very, very weak because of reports, because of chemotherapy. Yes, maybe some part maybe chemotherapy, but mainly he was sick because of the thought of cancer which he was carrying with him. So, what is more dangerous, actual cancer or the thought of cancer? Just think over. Just imagine if somebody tells to somebody, I will not take your example, but if somebody knows that he have cancer, actually it will not matter whether he really have the cancer or don't have the cancer. Results will be almost similar. So the fear of cancer, the perception of danger of cancer is too much inflated. But again, do I mean to say that cancers are not at all dangerous? No. Cancers can be dangerous. But the great news is that cancer, majority of the cancers are not so dangerous. Not so dangerous. They give you ample time. Ample time for what? To think, to plan, to strategize the treatment. But what we do? We human beings have only one reaction to cancer: fear, the deathly fear. And this deathly fear causes all the problems, and these problems will be multiplied and multiplied by cancer and chemotherapy and fear, cancer, chemotherapy, fear. So if you see, is there a real danger? Yes, in few cases there is. Or is there a created danger? In many cases, the danger is actually created. Cancer give you ample time. So what should we do in that ample time? I will be giving you few steps what exactly needs to be done. I'm seeing cancer patients is quite long now. I remember so many cases where the cancer and whatever the diagnosis it is. I'm talking about cancer here, but there are so many cases of different diagnoses whose life have been changed by just changing the perception from his own mind. That's it. Can this be changed? Yes, it can be changed. So is it superficial? No, it is profound. I've seen the patient changing from a sick to completely healthy in 30 minutes, and then the life is different for them. I have also seen patient who is walking normal and then he knows he has cancer. Then he goes in the slump and he deteriorates, his health deteriorates, he never comes back again. I would like to point your attention to one more problem. There is what to say. The common finding in cancer is that most of the patients are diagnosed in late stages. Most of the patients are diagnosed in late stages. It means fourth stage or even fifth stage. Or many patients are told that it's the last stage. But if you look at the patient, it doesn't look like that. Patient is apparently healthy. Patient is doing all his activities well. Patient is doing all the whatever he is doing, his job he's doing fine, his activities is doing fine, even he's doing his exercise as well. Most of the patient are fairly well when they are diagnosed with cancer. Why? Was cancer sitting idle and waiting for diagnosis to happen? No, dear friends. Cancer was growing silently. Cancer was growing silently, and probably these type of cancers. See, there are some cancers when patient is weak, he is emaciated, he has lost a lot of weight, he looks critical. Those cancers are actually dangerous. But there are other cancers, and when patient is dying for some other reason, and then they come to know, oh, they have cancer. So this happens in a lot of cases of cancer. So patient is diagnosed in fourth and fifth stage. My question is, what was cancer doing till then? What was the cancer waiting for? So the cancer in these cases is not so dangerous. Am I saying it is not at all dangerous? No. But it is not so dangerous. It is going to give you a lot of time. And let me give you a news to rejoice. In these cases, cancer may not be even fatal, may not be even so harmful. Therefore, there was debate started. What is more dangerous, cancer or chemotherapy? I think it is a valid debate. It is a valid debate. What is more dangerous, cancer or chemotherapy? In many cases, it has been found that chemotherapy deteriorates patients faster than cancer. Can chemotherapy be life saving? Yes, chemotherapy can be life saving. So now you see there are so many different things coming up. Now let me welcome all those who are live here. Hello Nilima and hi Tapan. Happy New Year to both of you. Yes, Nilima answers right. Chemotherapy, yeah. So if you go to the Google and search chemotherapy failure rate, and you will be shocked to see that long term chemotherapy failure rate is 97%. Now, again, if chemotherapy fails 97%, why it is advised? I will not go into what is the real reason behind. I will not go into the business reasons of it. I won't go there. See, there is an option given. If there is cancer, you have chemotherapy, radiotherapy, immunotherapy. These are the three best options, and surgery is the option to be followed wherever it is needed. So these four options fairly comprise of whole treatment. But my question, and this question will answer why chemotherapy, why cancers recur. See, whenever we go for either chemotherapy or radiotherapy or surgery, we are only taking care of cancer cells or cancer tumors. We are trying to destroy the cancer cells, right? What happens to the tendency of creating cancer? See, if this person have so much of big tumor, there needs to be some tendency for tumor. And if we focus on that tendency, if we focus on the genetic mutation which happened, if we focus on the genetic expression which have caused the excess cell multiplication, if we focus on this real reason underneath the genetic tendency, probably we will be giving many cancer survivors to this world. And this is what is needed. Let me prove this by example. 16, 17 years back, I was treating a patient. Okay, let me go just one step behind. I was sitting in my OPD. I got a call from one of my friend. So she called me, I got the call. She said, Dr. Ravi, I am sending you one patient. The history is patient is a case of nasal tumor, a nasopharyngeal angiofibroma. Initially, it is benign. Later, it becomes malignant. So she said it started as a benign. So once there was a tumor in the nose, it was operated. It recurred again after 4 months. It was again operated. It recurred again in 2 months. It was operated for the third time. This time patient became critical and he was on ventilator for 20 days. He was saved with difficulty. His life was in danger. His life was saved with difficulty, and after third surgery, patient never became normal, first of all, and whole of the symptoms returned. Now patient was critical. Patient had convulsions because the tumor has extended inside the brain. So tumor has extended inside the brain. So patient was critical. Patient was having convulsions. There was bleeding from the nose because this was a nasopharyngeal angiofibroma. Angio means blood vessels. It has a lot of bleeding. So patient was bleeding, sweating, and patient collapsed. BP was less, and patient was taken in a critical condition to the same hospital. They said, we need to operate him again. But as of now, he cannot be operated. Why? Because it is very risky to operate him now. If you operate him, we may lose him. He may die on the operation table. So there was no options left, and they decided to just wait. They said, if you don't operate, he will live for 15 days. If you operate, he will probably die on the operation table only. They said, okay, we will be taking him home. So that friend referred that patient to me. Patient was brought by holding by 4 to 5 people, and he was kept on my examination table. He was blooding and sweating all over, and the scene was horrific. It was a very, very dangerous scene in front of me. I was scared. It was an initial stage of starting to see the critical cases, and I was scared actually, and I thought whether to take this case or not to take this case. But being referred by a friend, there was no option, and I had to take that case. I took that case, started to work. Till now, everybody was focusing on the tumor. Till now, everybody was focusing on the tumor. Nobody ever thought why the tumor came. Nobody ever thought. But let me ask you, if this is a tumor, is it not a logical question to ask why this tumor came? Oh, you will say, see, it is a cancerous tumor, right? So there is a genetic mutation which happened. Why it happened? My question is, if genetic mutation happened, why did it happen? Was there some reason for it to happen, or it happened without reason? Let me tell you, everything happens with a reason. Even in this case, this tumor happened with a reason. It cannot happen without any reason. Now, if there is a reason inside, if there is a reason within, if there is a reason of creation of this tumor, should we focus on tumor only, or we should also focus on the reason which created the tumor? Let me show you something. Just give me a minute. So now I'll be showing you to what I show in almost most of the life, because it's the most important thing. So now if you see this tree, there are fruits and leaves and these tiny branches, and then there is a trunk. So if you see that this is the visible part of the tree. This is the visible part of the tree. Now this visible part of the tree is showing some manifestation. You can say this as signs and symptoms, tumors, symptoms, disease, disease, something in scan, something as a sign. So there's so many things which you can see, but these things which can be seen cannot exist without the things which cannot be seen. So this tree cannot exist without its roots. As like nothing can exist without a cause. If you see this and then see this, you will understand that all which is seen below are the causes like genes, DNA, mind, diet, lifestyle. All these are the causes of disease. So how you can just cut the tumor and feel assured? How you can just think that okay, taking care of tumor itself is a cancer treatment? No, my dear friends. You have to dig inside. You have to dig deeper. Psycho-oncology, a new science which is coming up very fast, have proven that mind have a huge role to play in creating and maintaining and deteriorating cancer. There was a study done by Dr. Deepak Chopra, one of the celebrated and most reputed physician all over the world. So he had done the study that if there are some people who have fear of cancer, what is the future? What is the future in store for them? So when it was studied, it was found that those who continuously think and fear of cancer have many more chances of having cancer. So it was proved that they are having many more chances of cancer. And then out of curiosity, he also tried to study what if, what if there are patients of cancer who think that they can recover from cancer? What will happen? Remember, they are patient of cancer and they think that they can recover from cancer completely. What will happen? Results were astounding. The results were that those having cancer plus having hope of recovery have more chances of recovery. So the link between cancer and mind is very, very strong in maintaining as well as in the cure of cancer. So this tells that the mind has a role to play. Plus, everybody knows for cancer to happen, there needs something called a genetic mutation. And this genetic mutation will also have some reason for its occurrence. Now you'll say, how? Okay, I agree with this that genes have a role to play. There's a genetic mutation at the base of the cancer. The question is, can we work on this genetic mutation? Can we change the genetic expressions? And the answer is big yes. If you go step by step to the science of epigenetics, the science of epigenetics says that we can change the genetic expressions without actually changing the structure of the genes. Now, this is a great news. If you go to social genomics, if you go to neurogenomics, everywhere you can see that genes can be influenced. Genes can be influenced by some factors, like drugs. Some drugs have an influence on genes. Mind. Yes, you heard it right. Mind have influence on genes. This was studied by a social genomics study. The person was studied. There were two, three people, four people. I don't know the exact number of people. They were studied for their DNA was studied under the very high resolution electron microscope. So their DNA was studied, and it was found that when they are happy, they have this kind of a DNA, this kind of telomeres, and all was measured. And then they were given some news which was putting them into the stress. Now, when given a stressful news, the surprising finding revealed. They were put into the stress and their sample was taken, and again the DNA was studied under the microscope. When they are studying under the microscope, it was seen that when the person is in stress, the telomeres, the length of the telomeres actually gets shortened. Now, there is not a lot of significance of length of a telomere, but the news is very encouraging. This research proved that mind have its own role in the length of a telomere shortening and lengthening, which is a very important part of a genetic code, a genetic communication. So I started to think what can be done. How can we influence genes positively? It was there. Drugs in, for example, thalidomide causes congenital anomalies by causing the genetic mutation. So drugs can influence genes. Now, if drugs can influence genes, why not to find the drugs which can influence genes positively? So I started to find how can it be done? How can it be done that how can genes be influenced positively? Then came the revelation that there is something called a genetically targeted medicine which can be created by the most scientific application of all the homeopathic principles. Yes, you heard it right. Homeopathic medicine, if prescribed rightly, can actually modify the genetic expression, and therefore it is said that homeopathy is the science which can remove the diseases from the roots. And where are the roots exactly? Where are the roots? Roots are in genes and DNA and mind. It has been proved beyond doubt that homeopathic medicine acts on the roots, on the genetic expression as well as mind. Yes. So if we see that genes can be influenced, why don't we understand that even the cancer genes can be influenced? And if the cancer genes can be influenced, why not to take the responsibility and explore the possibility to influence the cancer genes in a positive way? Yes, we do precisely that. We give genetically targeted medicine to actually remove the root cause or minimize the root cause of a genetic influence. Also, this medicine acts on the mind. So it clears off the tendency from the genes as well as the mind. Okay, what you are thinking? What if it may fail? Okay, let me answer before you ask this question. We also go for the mind reprogramming. You heard it right. If mind have an important role to play, why not reprogram the mind? So we reprogram the mind. Then next is remaining. Can we do something for genes? Yes. There are some pattern of thoughts which can actually influence your genes. As if the stress can shorten the length of telomere, and then the person was again put in the happy mood and the telomere length again increased. So the length of the telomere can be influenced, the genetic material can be influenced by your mind. If it can be influenced, why not to install a different mindset? Why not to install a completely new mindset so that it influences genes in a completely different way? It is possible. We are doing it and getting amazing results. So, guys, if you are losing hope in cancer, please don't lose hope. Find somebody who can work on mind. Find somebody who can work on genes. Or, for the better, find somebody who is very good at homeopathy. I'm not saying to stop chemotherapy. I'm not saying to stop radiotherapy. But I am saying to add a root cause treatment. Then, so what I'm telling you, go for a good homeopathy, go for a mind reprogramming expert, go for somebody who can influence your deeper subconscious. If you can influence your deeper subconscious, there are many methods. There are many methods which can influence the deeper subconscious. It can be NLP, it can be Psyche, it can be neurogenomics, it can be counseling and psychotherapy. It can be hypnosis. There are so many methods, right? I'm not promoting hypnosis here, please. I'm just promoting, can you do something to erase the things in your mind? We can do it then. Don't just be on the be. Don't just start chemotherapy, radiotherapy. Maybe it may not do good for you, or maybe it can do something great for you. Even though it does great or doesn't do great, the cancer recurrence is very common, and that is recurrence where the patient loses the hope. So it is the recurrence where the patient loses the hope, and root cause treatment act exactly at the root cause and stops recurrence, prevent recurrence, and help you create a normal healthy future. So this is my message on this new year. Please help all the cancer patient to understand this cancer treatment. Share this to as many people as possible. If you are watching this on YouTube, please do not fail to subscribe to my channel. If you are watching on the Facebook, please share this to as many people as possible and like the Facebook page. And a very very happy new year to all of you. I wish a very happy, a very healthy, and a very courageous, prosperous new year for you and your family. Thank you. Thank you for being on this live, on this amazing live. Today I had been live for almost 6 to 7 hours. I have decided I will dedicate a full day to you, and here is my last live ending here. Thank you. Thank you for all the amazing people present in this live. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care and stay healthy. Wish you the healthiest new year 2000. Thank you.